many years, local flyers in Acton, California have been flying the front side of a saddleback-shaped slope called Parker Mountain. Pilots there and elsewhere have been forever warned about the danger of having a plane blown back into the infamous rotor of turbulent backside air. In 1995, an accidental event occurred during foamy combat which would prove to revolutionize the thinking and flying of slope gliders all over the world. Dynamic soaring is a phenomenon known to be used by albatross to fly long distances across the ocean without flapping their wings. World champion soaring pilot Joe Wurts discovered that by taking advantage of differing velocities of adjacent air masses, incredible energy could be harnessed and used to attain speeds we never before dreamed of. The fog in this footage gives a good visual image of those differing air masses and what is occurring. Enter the world of dynamic soaring.
Start of dynamic soaring is, at least as I've found it. This is something that actually we found at this site, Parker Mountain, and it dates back previous to EPP airplanes, probably 95 time period. We've been flying the old style foamies up here, Anabats, Pink Floyds, and the such. So we were flying white foam and pink foam combat airplanes. And there was one day we're blowing fairly good Santa Anas, and the best I can recall, I don't have this defining aha time moment where I understand DS, but from what I remember best, it was one day we were flying combat and one of the guys, probably Pat, knocked me out of the sky. Airplane goes back behind the hill, and I kind of whipped the turn and recovered it, and it came back with more energy than it left with. It's like, this is cool. The engineer in me kind of figured out what's going on. This is dynamic soaring. And so I started playing in the first, it must have been a really good day, I was doing loops, and the airplane was doing really good in vertical loops, carrying lots of energy and all that. And as I know now, vertical loops is one of the least efficient ways to do it, but it worked pretty good for that day. Then I started inclining those loops more and more horizontal, and I got that stupid little Pink Floyd to where it would flutter. And I've been up here on days where it's calm, kind of like today, and I've thermaled up to 300 or 400 meters up, or 1,000, 1,200 feet, and dove it straight down, and it'd just get up to its terminal velocity and sit there. You just watch this little pink thing slowly get bigger. It wouldn't flutter there, but I could go out and do dynamic soaring, wrap it up, and I could get this stupid little foamy fast enough where it would flutter. In other words, go faster than its terminal velocity in horizontal flight. And it took me about a year before I actually said, I want to fly a glass airplane. I was too chicken. Parker is not the most friendly of landing places for an airplane, and my F-3B airplanes I care a lot about. So first day I did it, it was blowing about 40 miles an hour Santa Anas. Perfect conditions for dynamic soaring. Threw the airplane off. I didn't put any ballast in it. All I had was the steel wing joiner in it. And the airplane got going so fast, so quickly, that I just got scared. 3 or 4 orbits on the backside and I'd go vertical. In fact, that was the best day I'd ever flown dynamic soaring. Some of the conditions were such, I'd go back and do 4 or 5 orbits, go vertical, and the airplane would go vertical for more than 9 seconds. And it would go up to a little dot in the sky. It was definitely doing a zoom of greater than 1,000 feet vertical from pulling from horizontal. And that's on a wing loading of under 16 ounces per square foot. The engineer in me, of course, says, let's go figure that out. And I backtracked it out using an RG-15. Since it was an RG-15, used the drag coordinates and such, and found out that the airplane was doing somewhere on the order of 270 to 280 miles an hour just from maybe 5 circles. And at that point I realized that this could be entertaining. Then I wrote a little analysis program and found out that in those conditions, the top end potential was on the order of 400 miles an hour, which makes sense considering that I wasn't flying optimized, and I bailed out after 4 or 5 circles. So if you go wrap it up, and if the airplane doesn't blow up, you can get an airplane up upwards of Mach 0.6. Just dynamic soaring's pretty cool.